Just continue to take details of the break.
Okay, Roger. The national anthem. The pledge. We, the citizens of Singapore, pledge ourselves as one united people, regardless of race, language, or religion, to build a democratic society based on justice and equality, so as to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for our nation. The parade is ready for inspection, sir.
Please proceed.
Permission to end the parade, sir. Sekolah senang diri.
Thank you, Mr. Pick. At school, you may get seated now.
Today, we are gathered here to commemorate National Day. As we celebrate our nation's 57th birthday, it is also important for us to recollect the past. Now, let's take a look at Singapore's journey towards independence.
Singapore shall forever be a sovereign, democratic, independent nation founded upon the principles of liberty and justice and ever seeking the welfare and happiness of her people in a more just and equal society.
On the morning of 9th August 1965, radio and television newscasters read out this proclamation, taking everyone by surprise. After 2 years of tense relations, Singapore was officially separated from the Federation of Malaysia. Since 13th July, secret negotiations leading up to separation had begun in Kuala Lumpur between Finance Minister Goh Keng Swee for Singapore and Deputy Prime Minister Tun Abdul Razak for Malaysia. Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew was kept closely informed on the progress of the talks, and he asked Law Minister E.W. Barker to draft the separation agreement. The two sides reached an agreement on 6th August. As soon as the documents reached Lee at Temasek House in Kuala Lumpur, key colleagues were called to rush up to the city. Many ministers, including Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Toh Chin Chai and Culture Minister Mr. S. Rajaratnam, signed the agreement with heavy hearts. On the afternoon of 9th August, many watched as Lee broke down during the press conference to explain the separation.
For me, it is a moment of anguish because all my life, you see, the whole of my adult life, I had believed in merger and the unity of these two territories, connected by geography, economics, and ties of kinship.
With separation, the Singapore government was now responsible for every area of administration, from defense to housing, from education to the economy. Even so, Lee remained optimistic.
What has happened, and be firm, be calm. We are going to have a multiracial nation in Singapore. We will set the example. This is not a Malay nation, this is not a Chinese nation, this is not an Indian nation. Everybody will participate equal. Language, culture, religion.
On 9th August 1965, Singapore gained independence. But it was not a moment of celebration. Against all odds, we had to build a nation of our own. Let's now move on to one of the many challenges our leaders faced to ensure our livelihood and survival.
A few days after independence, the Prime Minister of Malaysia told the British High Commissioner, "If Singapore doesn't do what I want, I'll switch off the water supply." So I knew that unless I could become less dependent, at that time I did not believe I could be totally independent, but less dependent on Malaysian supplies, I would always be a satellite. So the quest began for water independence.
Being self-reliant is crucial to Singapore. Singapore may be in good terms with many countries, but we should never get too comfortably dependent on anyone. As one of our NE messages mentions, no one owes us a living.
Mr. Speaker, there are important lessons for us to draw from this current Ukrainian crisis. First, whilst international law and diplomatic principles are essential, they are not sufficient. The Budapest Memorandum was supposed to guarantee Ukraine's security by 3 nuclear powers, Russia, the US, and the UK. But agreements are only meaningful if the parties respect them and if they can be enforced. The invasion of Ukraine demonstrates how quickly a vulnerable country can be overrun, especially when confronting a larger and more powerful opponent. This is the acute reality for all small countries, and Singapore is no exception. Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and Iraq's invasion of Kuwait in 1990 are stark reminders of this. You cannot depend on others to protect your country. Thus, we must never lose the ability to defend and look after ourselves. And this is why Singapore has invested consistently to build up a credible and strong SAF.
This is a lesson Singapore can learn from the Ukraine war. In times of need, we have to stand up and defend ourselves. It is not only external threats that are of a concern for us. In recent times, we have been facing internal threats, and these are detrimental for our racial and religious harmony.
Racism still exists in Singapore. It's among us, in our streets, our neighborhoods, and our workplaces.
There is a race and
an acknowledgement amid verbal attacks, and even physical ones. Sometimes no words or blows are needed at all. Mr. Wong's message is clear. No matter the strides Singapore has made on multiracialism, it's still far from perfect.
We must recognize that in any multiracial society, it is harder to be a minority than a majority. This is so everywhere in the world. So it is important for the majority community in Singapore to do its part and be sensitive to and conscious of the needs of minorities. This cuts across all aspects of daily life. It matters to someone who faces discrimination when looking for a job. It matters when someone feels left out, when everyone else in a group speaks in a language that not all can understand. It matters to potential tenants who learn that landlords do not prefer their race. It matters to our students, neighbors, co-workers and friends who have to deal with stereotypes about their race or insensitive comments. These things do happen. Not always, and perhaps not even often, but sometimes they do. And when they do happen, they cause real hurt, which is not erased by lightly dismissing them as casual remarks or jokes.
Racial cohesion is vital for a multicultural country like Singapore. When tensions arise, our social defense is weakened. Building up our defense is crucial to our survival. Everyone has a part to play, both individually and collectively. When we are strong, we are able to deal with any crisis that may come along our way.
In many years past, we commemorated total defense more as a concept, an exhortation, when the going was good and smooth. There is a silver lining to the terrible COVID year that just ended. It reaffirmed that total defense is a living concept, vital and necessary to ensure our collective well-being and central to Singapore's ability to overcome grave challenges. If total defense springs into action, as it did against COVID-19, then we can face the future, come what may, with optimism and hope. We can be assured that with total defense, not only can Singapore survive each crisis, but will emerge stronger and with Singaporeans more united. This is the power of total defense.
57 years into independence, Singapore has come a long way. Singapore's continual existence is not to be taken for granted. On this day that we commemorate National Day, we have to remember to be constantly vigilant and continue to play our part in this nation building.
dark. May our deeds define us and our words remind us, all for one and one for all. Now the road ahead may have just begun. We will leave no one behind. It's in times like these we learn to live. We are fine through the night, we're the light into the morning after. Through the wild, endless fight, and from the flames we will soar forever. We will rise, we will rise stronger together. Like a phoenix from the flames, we will rise up. Like a phoenix from the flames, we will rise up. Like a phoenix from the flames, we will rise up. Like a phoenix from the flames. We are fire through the night, we're the light into the morning after. Through the wild, endless fight, and from the flames we will soar forever. We will rise, we will rise stronger together. We're stronger together.
Raise your head to the skies. This is how we all begin. See the fire in your eyes. Feel the yearning deep within. Take a leap and you will fly. With all the wishes that you own, make your dreams light up the sky. Home is where you're not alone, and our hearts will be together, echoing what dreams may come, walking tall in any weather. Time has come, bang the drum, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Dream away, take the world by the hand, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Dream away, come let's go right away, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Step more perfect. But you know what? Our story's just beginning. I'm gonna give it my all. Oh yeah. Together we can reach for the top. Together we are stronger as one. Together we'll make dreams come true. Never give up. Together sharing the love with all that we do. Let our hearts sing. Together as one, we're so much more. One Singapore. Together as one, we're so much more. One Singapore. It seems like so long ago when we got started. We wanted everything right, but you know what? Our story keeps on going. We'll give it all. Together we can reach for the stars. Together we are stronger as one. Together we'll make dreams come true. Together sharing the love with all that we do.
Yo, I may look like I'm just a tiny thing. Here I am, I can bravely sing.
For sure, I'm gonna give you my everything.
Like how I play when the recess bell rings. I'm gonna give it my all.
Cause this is my home.
I love my Singapore.
Let's all together as one, we're so much more. Let's join up the dots, light up this spot that we call home. Many memories and stories to be shared. Like a golden gathering night will shine. Heaven so bright, together we shine. Together we shine. Let our hearts sing. Together as one, we're so much more. One Together as one, we're so much more. We're so much more. Together, one Singapore.
One man on an island, one drop in the sea. All it takes to set a wave in motion is a single word in action, a hope that we can be the change that we've been longing to see. For our home, our land, our family, it's all within our reach. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
When the moments turn to hours and the day's last light is gone, look around us always and remember there were times we were uncertain, but we just kept walking on. It's always darkest just before the dawn. See
this island, every grain of sand, hear this anthem. It's the voices of our friends, whom whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again. Our home, the home we share, where the garden always grows to earth and light. Though the road ahead is daunting, I know we're gonna be alright.
See this island, every grain of sand, hear this anthem. It's the voices of our friends, come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
See this island, every grain of sand, hear this anthem.
It's the voices of our friends,
come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
Whenever I am feeling low, I look around me and I know that's a place that will stay within me. Wherever I may choose to go, I will always recall the city, know every street and shore, sail down the river which brings us light, winding through my Singapore. This is home, truly, where I know I must be, where my dreams wait for me, where that river always flows. This is home, surely, as my senses tell me. This is where I won't be alone, but this is where I know it's home. When there are troubles to go through, we'll find a way to start anew. There is comfort in the knowledge that holds about its people too. So we'll build our dreams together, just like we've done before. Just like the river which brings us light, there'll always be Singapore. This is home, truly, where I know I must be, where my dreams wait for me, where that river always flows. This is home, surely, as my senses tell me. This is where I won't be alone, but this is where I know it's home. This is home, truly, where I know I must be, where my dreams wait for me, where that river always flows. This is home, surely, as my senses tell me. This is where
broken, human words unspoken, still more stories yet untold. And I'm grateful still for the sun that shines through the heart and mind so open. And I'm finding ways to all I can to be bigger than my fear.
One last pose, everybody, and pose.